So today we are driving the all-new 2019 5th generation Toyota RAV4 Adventure model. And since we live in Chicago and it likes to snow here, we actually get to try out the all-wheel drive system of the RAV4 in the snow. I'm looking forward to this. Now we have to talk about the outside looks of this vehicle because those are new for 2019. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed. It looks grown up. It reminds me a lot of the Toyota FJ in the way the taillights kind of pop out and the roof is two-tone in this car. It does have just a few of those design elements, that flat front grille and bumper area, and that's not a bad thing. The FJ sold great. People love that vehicle, and it's pretty much becoming a collector's item. So the Toyota RAV4 now comes with, in the Adventure model, all of the drive modes you'd expect on kind of any upscale SUV at this price point. And this one is a base price of $32,900, and out the door you're just under $40,000. But considering everything you get in this RAV4, it's actually a really good price. You get a lot of stuff. Now the engine isn't going to overwhelm you. It's got 203 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque coming out of a 2.5 liter inline 4 with variable valve technology. But I mean, it gets up and goes. It's not going to overwhelm you. It's going to just be adequate. But you know what? That's really not what the RAV4 is about. This is really a mobility vehicle, a utility vehicle, and in that department it really scores well. It's got a lot of appointments. So getting to the drive modes, you actually have a snow mode, you have a sport mode, a normal mode, and an eco mode. You also have hill descent control, and you have mud and sand or rock. So they're pretty much Toyota banking on the fact that you might take your RAV4 off-road at some point in time, or at least be driving around in the snow like we are today. Now, as for the snow performance, it's got a torque vectoring all-wheel drive system, and actually they have this neat little graphic that shows you exactly where all the power is going in the car in the infotainment system. And wow, is this road a little sketchy in this lane. So the tires are all seasoned. That's the only thing holding it back right now. And but the all-wheel drive system is pushing through. But so far I've been driving it around. The streets are not well plowed, and it's been pretty good. Going and stopping in an all-wheel drive vehicle is a combination of the tires and the system that's being used. And this one I think is even better than the one in the NX 300 we just left. We just drove that car, and that one had a lot of front wheel drive bias. This one, it does have front wheel drive bias, but it kicks it back to the rears a little better than the NX did. So let's see if we can find an empty lot and turn off the traction control and really see what the all-wheel drive system can do. So from a dead stop, let's see if we can get it to spin. Yeah, nice little drift. Wow, that's controlled. You know, it doesn't have a ton of it doesn't have a ton of torque, so getting it to go sideways is a little more difficult than you would have in another car. Plus the front wheel drive bias isn't really allowing it to get sideways. That's not great for donuts, but it's great for when you're trying to just drive. So we have to talk about the interior on this RAV4. It's actually, I'm really well impressed. I mean, for not a ton of money, I mean, yeah, $40,000, it's not 20, it's not 25, it's $40,000, but you get pretty much everything that you would expect to see on a vehicle costing a lot more. So you get a display that mimics the C7 Corvettes, where you've got analog gauges left and right, and you've got a digital dash in the middle. And you know what? Copying the Corvette, not a bad move. You've got radar cruise control. You have heated seats. You've got cooled seats also. You have dual zone climate control. You've got a heated steering wheel. You've got automatic high beams in this car, and they work really well. You have auto hold. I'm happy to report there is no auto start stop button, no ass button. You've got leather seats with stitching, contrast orange stitching, which harkens back to the concept that Toyota introduced at the New York Auto Show, where it was a nice, basically RAV4 sized adventure vehicle, and this has a lot of those appointments. So you've got these cubby holes with the rubber, orange rubber in them, a lot of the orange accents as well. The only accent that causes a little bit of an issue is this silver one around the air vents and on both sides, because it reflects in the window. The infotainment system is really good. The glass on it is just like a phone, and you can move it around. It's touchscreen. It does have that tacked on feel that we don't really like about screens. And in this car, the weird thing is that the roof line is a little low, and the mirror system we'll talk about in a second comes down a little low because of that, and because of the extra things that are going on in the rearview mirror that we'll get to. But the screen comes up a little high, and you kind of almost have like a slit on this side of the car to look through, and there's not great visibility right there. So you kind of losing, because of this, a little bit of the just general visibility. That doesn't really come up to the belt line, so it's just more of an illusion, an optical illusion that but it looks so small from this area. Now let's talk about the rear view mirror. This is probably the most unique feature of the RAV4, and that's because in its normal position it acts just like a normal mirror, but it looks a little narrow. But when you flip it, now all of a sudden it's not a mirror anymore. Now it's a monitor for a camera that's mounted inside the back window. And I gotta tell you, it's weird. It's the best way I can describe it. The first time I did that and I looked at it, it was kind of like trying to look at a 3D picture or movie, and it's not focusing right. It doesn't look natural outside in your peripheral, and when you first look at it, it takes a second to figure out, for your brain to figure out what you're looking at. The problem is that it doesn't have a depth of field. So like in normal position, there's almost like a depth because you've got the seat headrests, you've got the window, and then you've got what's going on in the back of the car. You flip this over and everything is flat. It's just like a monitor. The only thing I could say that would be really helpful, because I've done this recently, is if you fill the back of the car up with luggage, stuff, and you can't see out the back, then that is genius. So the roads here are just, they're sort of that slushy, we plowed it, but it still snowed, and we haven't really cleaned up the entire thing yet. So we're gonna get a pretty decent test of its acceleration off the line here. All right, so here's the acceleration off the line. It's great. Now, the engine and transmission, it's an 8-speed automatic transmission. They're not going to win any drag races or anything like that. But that's really not what the RAV4 is all about. So niggles are few, and that's all they are, really, niggles. I really can't find anything that's wrong with this car. I would love to have more horsepower. I would love to have, paddles to shift with, as well as having it here on the console-mounted shifter. And of course, I'd love to have a stick shift, but I'm not getting that. But other than that, the niggles are few. I mean, for the money, you get almost every safety option, convenience option that you get in a lot more expensive vehicles. In fact, some of them, you could spend $50,000 and not get radar cruise control on like a Lincoln MKX. It really, they've done a great job. That's all you can say. They did a great job. Toyota's been making RAV4s for a long time, and they've iterated and iterated and made each one better and better and better. And this is the best one yet. So for Sons of Speed, this has been Brendan, bringing you the all-new RAV4. Please hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below, let us know what you think and we'll see you at the next video.
Alright, thanks for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button right there. And check out the rest of our channel for more great videos.